Keep it Pyro.
Hey yo, it's PyroRadio.com. Special guest in the building, Aneesa Marie.
Hello.
Thank you for coming. That was the sound of her latest single,
Lost in Louise.
That was a dope song.
Thank
Dope.
you very much. Thank
Very,
you.
very dope.
We'll get to talking about that as well.
He's
But
like, no. We have something to talk about right now.
We've got priorities to
Yeah.
talk about right now.
Cool.
There's things we got to work out because right now I don't have a bloody clue.
so,
Yeah.
Aneesa Marie.
Like I swear, when we first got told the subject, I thought I knew what a hoe was. I was like, yo, I know, and then now I realize I don't know.
So, what is a hoe?
Oh, it's just like that. Like, you're in, let's go.
Yeah, that's how we do it.
I didn't even come with a speech or nothing like that. 'Cause I just, you know.
That's the best way.
Yeah. Firstly, my understanding of life is that nothing is real.
Okay.
So everything is a projection.
Nothing
is real. Like you and I, we're consciousness. So we're just conscious in our body. So nothing is real. So we've now labeled something. I feel like getting gassed on this, you know.
Get gas.
If somebody's sleeping with somebody, like that's the term is, the understanding of it is that it's a person that's promiscuous and it's synonymous with a woman.
Yes.
Yeah. I just don't feel like we've just given it a label. Like people do this as a job. There's concubines. Kings had concubines and stuff like that. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
If a woman likes sex, then what's the problem?
Yeah.
What's the problem?
Man, them innit?
What do you mean, mandem?
Man, them can't handle it. That's what I've noticed
What do you
recently.
mean? Okay, what do you mean they can't handle it?
Okay, so even in this debate here, we was reading comments off the Facebook.
That one boy, what's his name?
There was a couple of them
I
though.
was just like, you're talking.
I don't know. He got his heart broken. It sounds like to me.
Slightly,
I think he's got his heart broken. That's my theory, but I don't
You
know.
know who I'm talking about, innit?
I'm not sure because
There's bare parents.
there's loads of them.
I'm not calling them people actually.
I don't know what's wrong with
Shout them
you.
out if you know their names. It's fine.
He was like any woman that likes sex and is sexual. Basically, he was named listing a bunch of stuff, but everything just led back to a woman
There's
liking
nothing.
sex.
No, human beings. We are sexual beings. That's what we do.
Yeah.
We are on this planet to procreate.
Yeah.
So before there was terms of before marriage existed, people were just sleeping with each other.
Yeah,
That's
calm.
what everybody did. So because we've now, we've intellectualized, we try to become civil or civilized.
Yeah.
Now we're like, oh well, social constructs. It goes against the grain. We mustn't do this. That's bullshit.
Yeah,
Sorry,
yeah.
but it is. It's nonsense. It's nonsense. You're here to have sex. I'm not saying. I know for me, because I know the question's gonna come. Like, you have a daughter, and you remember that question that came around? Like, everybody sent it around. Like, oh, if you had a daughter, would you prefer a hoe as a daughter or something else?
Yeah, I don't like that question because to me, that question.
Do you remember that question? Everybody knows that question.
But my thing is that comes up a lot. Yeah, when I see debates about anything, issues to do with women and things women go through, there's always they're always saying, what if that was your daughter? And they're talking to men most of the time. So then, to me, that argument is valuing those women on their relationship with men.
I think that if I had a child and it was a female, I would know that I would grow her in a way to respect herself, but also take her life into her own hands.
Yeah.
So where she knows if that's what she wants to do, and she knows she can. My mum always said to me, make sure you do something that you can hold your head up high the next day.
Yeah.
You understand? So if you feel as though you can still do whatever, you can sleep around. That's your choice.
Yeah.
My life is my life and your life is your life. What you do in your room and what you do outside is not my concern. The only one person I have to worry about in this world is me.
But these times society makes women feel ashamed for doing sexual.
Man, I don't care about society.
No, you don't. But your daughter might.
No, but she won't. But she won't because I will grow her that way. And my family, the people that are around me, have that understanding of things.
We heard a story on the way here from this girl who was telling us that she was telling a story about what her and her friend did when they were on holiday when they were like 19, 20 in front of her.
Yeah, she's telling the story in front of her friend's
boyfriend,
new boyfriend or whatever.
And her friend stopped talking to her
because the boyfriend was like,
No, the boyfriend was fine.
The boyfriend didn't care. The girl was angry and ashamed of what they did when they were 19 years old.
And what he might think.
Yeah, and the impression she's given him of how she is now. I'm like,
she's a weak person, I'm sorry.
Alright, to go back to the question, so you're saying it doesn't exist because nothing.
That's my sister, fam. No, I'm joking. I'm joking.
So nothing exists. The term is just a definition we've given to something.
Yeah, because everybody likes a label.
What is the purpose of the label?
Everybody likes a label to say, yeah, I am a singer and I am a creative director. Everybody likes that. That's what it is.
What is the purpose of this label?
The hoe.
Yeah.
I think the term hoe was coined as another way of controlling the way people see people.
Yeah.
The same thing about religion.
Women.
It's just controlling how women are seen.
Yeah.
Because men sleep around. Men are just out there doing their thing, but nobody calls them that.
No.
That's not. And then they talk about equal opportunities, but that's not fair.
It's not possible. My thing's been it's not possible to say it to a man. You can't call him a hoe. Like no, loads of men jump in loving because they can see that I'm putting them in a trap with this question. So they're like, men can be hoes though, and I'm like,
but how? Why?
How? That's my point.
No. The term hoe. If you want to sleep with people, you can. Yeah, if you want to do that, then go ahead and do that. But like, don't say that you can't be that. Like, don't say that you can't be that or you shouldn't be that. No,
I'm not saying they can't, but you
the
can call them
don't affect
the label
them in the
won't
same
affect
way.
them in life, so it doesn't matter.
Okay.
It has no bearing to call them that anything.
It don't affect a man's life to get called a hoe.
And there's no word to call that you can say to men, especially not for sexual behavior that will mean anything
that will
to them.
upset them or affect them. I think that's society. That's society to blame. But that's if you have, you grow your children. You remember like when you're in school, I don't know how old you guys are, but
Old.
Okay. But when you're in school and you would hear like, oh, so and so did X, Y, and Z, X, Y. Oh, she's a hoe, and you say it.
Yeah.
And I look at myself now as an adult. I'm like, she wasn't a hoe. She was just
not at all.
She was just
She was a kid, really.
She was a kid, and she was just exploring. She just explored, or she or he explored a little bit younger. Yeah.
Or got caught slipping.
Yeah.
Because I'm saying everyone else was doing the same thing. It'll be like one girl. Oh no, she's the hoe.
She's the one that's doing it.
But nah.
She's just in charge. She just had a sexual awakening earlier.
Or just like I was telling Nova, like I spoke to this girl who went to my school, and I spoke to her after school, and she had to leave because she had a reputation of being a hoe. And I was just at a bar, I was just talking to her, and I was like, remember you had this rep for being a hoe. And when
you brought that up, when you brought that up at the bar,
I brought it up. I was just like, yo, man, there was this story, and I was like, anyway, I did, didn't I? I'm a prick like that. And so these times here, she broke down to me what actually happened.
Wow,
so far away from the story. First of all. Yeah. So unholy, like there's nothing. And
so was that an awakening for you?
Nah, I knew this type of thing happened before that, but when I heard it, it was awakening for me that she had to leave school because of that one situation.
It made her life.
It ruined. Yeah. She didn't got no GCSEs.
Oh
man,
because of a whole rumor. Do you know what I'm saying though? You don't think about how big it is. But
no, because I think children are cruel. Children are cruel.
Children
are cruel, very cruel. So they just say things and they don't care. You think about the things that you used to say to each other, and you're like, whoa, how could that have psychologically affected that person? You got what you got for me?
We've got something on the Twitter from PyroRadio. We don't usually do this in the middle of interviews, but it's just been passed to me. Mummy's Little Secret is the name of the account.
How you doing? I love you, girl.
And they said the term hoe was created by a man who had his heart broken, and now it's a term that controls what people think of women.
Men are trash.
#, hoe. Yeah, I wrote something about men being trash yesterday.
Me too. I've been writing it all day. Men are trash.
I said me too.
We are.
I saw that actually on your story.
Woo! Don't get me out of time today.
So why are men trash?
I'm not gonna get into
Why has she got an answer for us? Why are we trash nose?
I've been saying why for a minute, but
no, even my brother says it. I actually asked him. I said, "But why are men trash?" He's like, I want to know the same thing.
It's power, man. We just got loads of power, and power corrupts. Absolute power corrupts absolutely.
Yeah.
But so women don't have power then?
Not a lot of power in society. Not to dictate labels about sexuality.
See, society is a social construct, and that's what I'm just a little bit.
Yeah, you said nothing's real, so.
Yeah, nothing's real. Like, just let it go. Everything's just cash, man. Leave it. Just chill, bro. Chill.
So, I don't know. So, if you was in a relationship and then he cheated and he said, well, nothing's real. You see? Well, look. The pum pum I beat, it wasn't even real. It's just atoms. It's just like vibrations. It's just.
Sylvia, did you just hear that? Did you just hear what you said to me?
It's a social construct.
I can't breathe.
What would you say?
I'd be first get out my face before I start getting it cracking. Yeah.
Before I get real.
Before I hit this situation before I make this a real situation out of my face. No, I just, you're an ass, man.
I'm gonna try that one. I want to know if it will ever work.
No.
Alright, let's fast forward to the music because
God.
we were talking about this Lost in Louise song. You sent me the you sent me your press release and I read it, and that is what it literally was like the same day as when I posted this thread originally.
Oh, really?
Well, yeah, it was
when
around
did you-
then. It was around then. So I was like, this is a connection here. And you break down to me what the
So
song
Lost
is.
in Louise, Lost in Louise is about me last year. So I've been out of a relationship for three years, going on 3 years now.
Okay.
Oh my god, it's November, yeah, 3 years now. Woo!
Congratulations, happy anniversary.
Hey, thank you.
Yeah, I got one of them coming up as well, man. 2 years, I think. Maybe coming up. 2.5.
Well done,
Yeah.
well done. And I feel like that relationship took a lot away from me. I didn't recognize myself after it. And when I moved back to London, I started to realize, like, I'm doing my thing. I'm doing music. I'm loving life. Like, I'm doing what I want to do in life. You know, like where attention goes, energy flows. Like, I just felt empowered and I felt beautiful. I felt amazing. So I might go out. Like, I think I went to Visions with him last year. Yeah. And I was just a social butterfly. That's what the song's about. Being a social butterfly. And you know, you go to a club, you see a girl. All right, cool. You might get a number. Then you see another girl, get a number. It's a numbers game, and that's what I was doing. I was meeting man, getting their number, and just being like, oh, follow me on Instagram because you know I sing. Cool, followers went up. Nothing came from it. So I slept with any of them, but I enjoyed that. That was powerful for me.
The hunt is fun sometimes.
Oh my god, it's so fun.
Yeah.
How I have missed it. Because men are trash. Sorry, I'm being petty.
Nothing is real. Trash is not even real.
Trash is not real. So yeah, that's what the song was about. It was about, for instance, when you asked me about the cheery thing.
Yeah. That was very interesting line.
Yeah, because you meet people, even you meet women as well, that pretend to be something that they're not.
Yeah.
And that's only to get you to do something that they want. That's manipulation. That's not right. So rather than if I meet you and I say, you know what, I'm kind of feeling it still. Do you want to do a thing? And you say, yeah, like, at least I've been real with you. And I said, this is what the situation is. And you've agreed to it. Yeah?
Yeah.
All right, cool. That's what it is. But when you try to...
Sideways
when you try to dance into it and be real pretty and that's not you pretend to be somebody else. No, fuck that. It's long.
Yeah. And you was talking about like the fake woke guys. Because I don't know, there's bare memes about these guys on my Insta, but I ain't met one yet.
Listen, I'm telling you, like, sister this and sister that, but they're really like, they're trying to sister this. Do you understand? Like, it's mad. And I've met so many of them, and I'm like,
do you know what? I've been accused of this before. I can't lie. So I'm gonna say this. If I go out loud, yeah, I've been accused mainly by a woman because it made her jealous. The idea of it, of me speaking on women's issues. She said, "You're speaking on women's issues to try to get something." And then I thought, you know what? I got.
Okay, like you had an ulterior motive.
I
Okay.
said, I got way more. I won't say when I was an arsehole. So I don't think it's never been true in my case.
Really?
Yeah, I can see that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Misogyny is good for pussy.
Oh, it's so good. It's really, really good. I don't know what...
Feminism is a cock blocker.
It's like halfway through, she's like, "Oh, do you want to talk about, why I don't shave my armpits and stuff like that?" It's just like, no, actually, let me stop.
See, I'm saying that's why you couldn't do the reverse woke thing, though. That's why. Like every woke woman I've met has been actually woke, and she wasn't just trying to get into my underwear.
No, but I feel
Reverse woke.
I've actually, if you go on YouTube, like there's women. I was doing a lot of research about yoni eggs last year.
Okay.
And
yoni eggs.
Yeah.
What are they?
So the yoni is the vagina.
Okay.
And it's these like crystal eggs that you put inside that for healing and to
Okay.
Yeah, read into it. It's really amazing.
Okay.
And it kind of, I feel like women that are a bit more spiritual are more sexual.
Yeah.
They are more sexual. They just are.
Because they may be more comfortable.
Because they're comfortable in themselves. That's probably why I am the way I am. But I don't front to be anything other than what I am. Does that make sense? And I feel like in a world where we live in at the moment, where everybody's wearing a mask because everybody wants to be somebody else. Just if you take off that mask, you're going to be free. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So if you say you want to beat it, then beat it. Do you understand? That's what it is. But don't become somebody else. That's silly.
Yeah, we gotta make like that. We're saying he's always trying to sidestep into the family.
I think women respect it more, and you do you not?
I can't deal with it. I can't deal with it. When I'm out with some of my brethren, people I know, like be at a bar with them, and they're like talking to a girl or woman, asking them what they do, and then they start like making up stories like about what they do to make it because
how do you respect somebody like that?
I can't deal with it. I can't be around them people because it's cringy. I have to walk away like, yo, I can't really be here.
Yeah, we was talking about a dude like that, like he'll pretend to do something that's related to the tick, and then she'll be baffed when he starts moving to it, like, what?
Yeah.
I didn't even know you felt like that. Like,
yeah, because he approached on the next thing. But the song as well, I don't know if we addressed it specifically, but what you were saying to me before, that you was trying to challenge certain stereotypes.
I was. I was.
Which song?
Lost in Louise.
Oh.
Like being, because, okay, right, so you might see, if you, for instance, last year you saw me in the club, you think, rare, like this girl is moving hella reckless.
Okay.
Hella reckless.
Yeah.
But that's your perception of me. Do you understand?
Yeah.
And I just, for me personally, I don't go around and sleep with everybody and everybody. That's not me. But if I was to do that, then so what's the problem? Is it not my body?
That's your business as well.
Isn't not my body? So I was challenging the fact that everybody says, well, a woman should behave like a lady.
Yeah.
What's a lady?
What's a lady? That was the next question. What's a housewife? What's a lady? All these kind of things.
Yeah. About can turn a hoe into a housewife, and I'm like, oh. I swear you want your woman to be a hoe for you anyway.
Yeah, true.
Oh.
I thought you was asking me that directly. I was like, no.
It's like not the case. They say you want a lady to be a lady in the street and a freak in the sheets.
Yeah.
You want her to be a hoe.
So you want her to be all of those things.
Yeah, but you want it at your own convenience.
You want to control it and control when it is.
You cannot be a freak in the streets. That's the wrong place. You make sure you know where you can be a freak.
Unless that's what you guys are.
You can get arrested for that.
Nah, a lot of women are freaks in the streets. It's the fear of getting caught. Gets the pum pum where I do not know why.
And men as well.
Yeah. Yo, men are the worst.
Men are like, yeah, come, let's do this thing in the park. Like,
shout out to Kinlock Park Bench.
Is that the park bench you're talking about on that Rodney P song?
Yeah, it is. Can't lie. Anyway.
Okay.
Oh, memories.
So how did you think? How were you attempting to challenge that with the song?
The video.
Okay.
The visuals.
So talk about the visuals. That came out yesterday, a couple of days ago.
No, on the 31st.
Okay.
7:30 on YouTube.
Cool.
So y'all can go subscribe.
We ain't seen it yet, so break it down.
I've seen it, and we've put it on fliplife.co.uk, so anyone listening can go there and watch. But you break it down.
So in the video, I wanted it to come across as though you see that I mingle with a lot of different men in that video.
Yeah.
And they're all like trying and like, you know, I'll move to them. I'll be in their space. I'll be seductive and sensual because
it's visions at the top of the year.
Yeah, man. Done though.
Did you shoot it in there?
Pardon?
Did you shoot it in
I didn't shoot it in visions, but I was actually going to do that. I was like, memories, hello.
Got like 40 numbers at night.
Trust me. Like, what? Instagram went up.
Are any of them guys in the video?
No, they're not.
Okay.
Get out of my business.
You're having to think about it though.
No, because I don't want to lie. I don't like to lie on it, so I would rather give you the honest. Yeah, none of them are in there actually. There's
one guy who you gave your number to, who ain't spoken to you since, who's running around calling you a hoe online right now.
That's his business. He never fucked. So.
So the video.
Yeah. Sorry, we get sidetracked. So the video, you see that I come in, you know. Even somebody messaged me and I was like, "Whoa, like, are you not?" Because normally I know the way I dress can be quite provocative sometimes. Me, I don't care. Like everybody knows, I don't like to wear clothes in it, so that's fine. Sometimes I want to wear clothes. Sometimes I don't want to. It's how I feel. And I never wanted to. I never wanted to be sexualized. I want my music to be heard before you see me.
Okay.
But to emphasize my point, I said, let me be a bit more sexy, a bit more provocative in this, because that's what I'm trying to challenge. So I walk in and there's a guy kind of flirting with me, and then you got Ola that comes in and he's all in my space and he's like trying to give me a drink, and I'm like, no, I got one. and then I'm moving in and out of different people the whole thing, and then I walk away at the end of it, because that's what it was for me. It was like I'm playing a game, and then I'm just gonna dust out and go about my business and go eat my kebab and go home. That's it. So I tried to challenge it visually, because sometimes if you listen to lyrics, it's down to interpretation. Everything is down to interpretation, but you might not get what I'm trying to say. You might just think I'm being really poetic and what have you. So if you see it visually, then you know this is what I'm trying to do. And
it tells that story.
Yeah,
man. Sick.
Okay.
I think I came across your music though around that time and followed you on Instagram and stuff. So this is, and I think you must have just shot that video.
Yeah,
because it's the same picture. So I just saw them pictures. That's the first stuff I saw. So what is different about your music you was doing before?
So I released a project called Son of Anarchy on May 7th, a year after Lemonade, because I love Beyonce.
Okay.
And yes, Beyonce. And
Son of Anarchy.
Son of Anarchy.
Oh, okay.
I only knew that because I watched another interview, or I would have said it wrong.
Do you get it though?
Yeah,
I don't get it.
Okay.
Please break it down.
Let me break it down for you. Anarchy means without rule.
Yeah.
And the Ank itself means life.
Yep.
So it's life without rule.
Okay.
And the whole project was about somebody, my ex-boyfriend, literally the entire, I was listening to it yesterday, I was like, Rare, he's got bare showtime, like the whole thing is about him, like Rare.
Yeah.
But he was somebody, like the sun is God.
Yeah.
And it's also something you give birth to.
Mm-hmm.
And he gave birth to me, and I gave birth to him, but it created two different, like the yin and the yang.
Okay.
Yeah, and it was him without rule, and him in my life, and I gave birth to this whole different person that I am now, and that's what it was about.
I smoked just enough weed to understand what you said.
Cool. I don't smoke no weed, so you know.
Me neither.
Fam, everyone watching, can you burn a little just before you listen to that again? Because that was deep.
So it's.
That's not even what I thought she meant when she said the Son of Anarchy. So
what did you think she meant?
Like, because I know what the Ank is. I thought she was just doing a play on words from the TV show Son of Anarchy.
No, I ain't got time for that.
Yeah, I was just like, yo.
Also means reflection.
Yeah.
So the entire project was about me reflecting on where I am now and where I was and the things that I went through. So going back to the music, it was very dark.
So you're telling, is it a story of the relationship you was in? Or
retrospectively, yeah. But not so much the story, kind of like little bits, to make it, to justify it. And then, just kind of, this is my emotions and my thoughts.
Do you think when you make something like that, this is something I think about sometimes, that the person, you have to consider the person, what they're going to think of it at all? Or does that depend on whether, because you don't think
I don't care.
That individual matters?
I do not care. And it's not that they don't matter, because everybody matters.
But nobody exists.
Nobody exists. Nobody can pay with that one. It wasn't like when I wrote the first project, Turquoise Pineapples.
Yeah.
I even gave him a shout out, because without that particular relationship, I wouldn't be where I am now, because I wouldn't have had those life experiences.
Okay.
Do you understand?
So I was going to go back to that project. So the other project was made after that relationship as well.
Son of Anarchy was made with this year, so the third year.
But the other project
was made last year.
What's it called again?
Turquoise Pineapples.
Turquoise Pineapples. That's it.
Yeah.
We've got that here. So yeah, continue. We'll talk about that as well.
So I wrote that first, and I gave him a shout out at the end of the song, and I even messaged him. Like, we don't chat, but I even messaged him when it came out. I just sent him, and I just said thank you.
Yeah.
Like, there's no hard feelings, no matter what you did do to me or what we did to each other. I need to take responsibility too.
Yeah.
Thank you, because it pushed me to another stage in my life, and I appreciate that. Everything is a learning curve, and you have to give, reverence to where it's due.
And what did he message back? Hey, why you calling me a waste man on your album though? Nah, listen, don't think I didn't get what you were saying. Don't think I didn't get what you were saying.
He was more upset. To be fair with you, he asked me more questions about Bridge the Gap, because he was like, Ray, you got somebody that looked exactly like me.
Oh wow, and that single came out before.
That's my first ever single. That's my first
video.
Have you seen it? No,
I've seen it.
I think so.
Yeah,
I've seen it. I was trying to find the song. I couldn't find the song anywhere other than I can't rip it off you.
Are you in the bathtub? Are you in the bathtub?
Yeah.
Yeah, I seen it.
Of course, man said, you're in the bathtub. Yeah, don't know.
So yeah, so he was more bothered about that song.
He said you found something. All he said was like, you found something that looked like me. And no, tell a lie. When I saw him last year, he said, but why? I wrote a song, Sincere.
Oh, you say man was just jealous of the video?
No,
Hey, who's the man?
he said to me last year, he said, why are you so bitter?
Oh, wow.
And that's why I wrote Sheldon's interlude when I say, loving you so auspiciously. That part, like, I was never bitter. I'm still not bitter. It taught me so much, and I'm so grateful for that situation. Like, what he does with his life now, I couldn't care less. Do you understand? But I was never bitter, and I just wanted. I'm a person that I find it very difficult. If you ask my friends, I find it very difficult to articulate my emotions without being in my feelings. Do you understand?
Yeah.
Like, it's hard. So my way of expressing myself is through my music or through my writing. So it may come across that way. If the shoe fits, the shoe fits, my G. Don't get upset with me if you feel like it's not a problem.
So is that really helpful to you in your life to be able to communicate?
Oh yeah, and if
kind of stuff in music?
very much so. Like, and it's not just my emotions, it's my thoughts, it's the things that I read, it's the things that I don't understand that I want to understand, and the more I write, or work through it, because if I think about something, I kind of like research into it. So if I'm gonna write about love, like for instance, I put Gandhi on one of my songs. Okay. So I went to go study what Gandhi talked about and love and God and how it goes together. And I went and started looking at Bible passages, and I like to research, and that helps me with my writing. Going on to a side note, by the way.
Yeah.
Oh, that's very interesting.
Gandhi in the Bible is a side note and a half still.
Yeah.
To come back to the discussion, I suppose.
How do we solve this thing?
There you go.
Like, how do we stop people?
What, the whole thing?
The whole thing. Like,
we go back to the whole thing.
Yeah. How
do we solve it?
What are the solutions?
I don't think you can't.
You don't think you can? Or
I don't know. No. I can't solve shit. Sorry. I can't solve it.
Not you personally.
No, but we can't. I just feel the world is just so damaged.
Yeah.
It's the womb that is like constantly has been bleeding for millennia. The world needs to end. I'm real sorry, but it needs to.
That's what Terra Slim says. Just blow it all up.
That's what I really believe. That blow it all up. We don't deserve to be here. Get rid of it.
I kind of agree with you, but man's got nieces and nephews. You see,
I love my Giovanni. I love my Giovanni and my Talesha. I do. I really do. But they're gonna grow up in a world with so much hurt, and they're going.
But so did we. We're not so bad.
But we are awful human beings.
Awful.
No,
she's right. She's right.
Collectively, we're very hurt people.
Yeah, no,
we're messed up.
We don't exist, but obviously we're very hurt, innit? Like,
but also, I don't know. It's kind of new though as well.
Pardon?
It is also kind of new how bad it's been.
No, it's not. We were talking about this at work the other day. It's not. It's only because we have the internet now, so we can see everything. But it's been like this for hundreds and hundreds of years.
Yeah, but only like
hundreds of years is new, though.
That's new. That's what I mean, isn't it?
What do you mean?
Like, you go thousands of years. There's places in the world where there was good people, good to each other, and it wasn't.
How do you know that?
How do you know? I think
from what I've read, I've read about places. Even now, today, there's a part of the world where there's people being good to each other.
Yeah. Small interactions.
We just don't live in that part of the world.
No, I don't. I disagree. Like, you might. I feel like that every interaction, like, is a positive. You know, you can have a positive encounter with somebody.
Yeah.
But on a general whole thing. Nah, because they will still kill you. There's people that live in bushes and they live happy, but they will still kill you.
I don't.
They will still, because that's.
I don't disagree with murder, so I'm the wrong person to ask.
Yeah, that's true. Me neither. There's reason.
If there's a reason for murder. If I come into my man's land without his permission, and tie teeth his resources, he might have to murder me. He might be right.
I think that. Cool.
Anyway.
Nothing exists anyway.
No, I kind of agree with that.
Nothing exists anyway, especially not me once I'm murdered.
Peace. I'm gone. Y'all see me.
Message.
Yeah, trust me. I'm gone. But I think that if you go back down to like just the basic human instincts.
Yeah.
If you try to attack me right now, I will fight for my life, and I will do everything I will do everything.
Yeah, and if you kill him, that's calm.
Yeah.
Hey, what you think can have me, fam?
Listen, I can have big men.
The way she was looking at me, I'm watching. Is she squaring up? No, I'm playing. This side of the desk is scary, no, but you don't even know.
I'm safe over here.
She was like, if you try, I was like, what? Hold on, no.
No, but it's true. We're just going back to our basic instincts. That's all it is. So I'm sorry, I'm not really being conducive to the situation, but I just feel we should blow up the whole world.
Man,
I like that solution. That's a lot of murder.
It's not going to happen though.
That's
We're not going to do it.
Murder possible.
Do you have a plan? Do you have a plan for how we're going to blow up the world? Are you going to take charge of it?
I will lead the
I think you're getting a lot of trouble.
I'll lead the battalion.
I think you're getting a lot of trouble if you attempt this.
No.
Some kind of terrorist list.
I don't know. I just don't agree with all the pain in the world. I feel
we should just start from scratch. You think?
Yeah, but we can't do that unless everybody dies.
So what's any other solution? Come on.
Everybody.
second best solution.
Kill all the adults and start with the children.
Train your children.
Yeah.
If you're gonna have like children, I heard this girl, because I work with kids, right?
Okay.
I heard this girl. She's 16. She just had a baby. She
Okay.
just turned 16.
Yeah,
She just had a baby. And then I heard her call her I know, like I was telling my friend, and he was like, "Yeah, but that's what he is." Like she's like, "Oh, look at this little you." And I said, "But it's the way you don't. This is your child, it's your baby, it's your newborn."
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And you're called like, you're called like, you see a boy like, stupid you, like come on away kind of thing.
Dismissive.
Yeah, very dismissive, very rude. But you're talking about your child that's just been born, that's 2 months old.
Yeah.
That's not positive. Children are having children. There's no like, people just have babies and they don't think about that this is an actual human being.
Yeah.
Yeah? You're supposed to be instilling positivity and love and care and consciousness and awareness and just beautiful things into this person. And we don't do that. We inflict and project our fears into children. And I grew up hating animals because my mum didn't like animals. I grew up hating a lot of things because my mum didn't like it.
Like all animals.
Dogs especially.
Okay.
Dogs especially. And I had no reason for it. So when I grew up, I was like, bro, why am I so angry? Why am I so this? It's because I was...
Have you forgiven animals now?
Yeah.
Okay.
I love dogs. I do.
So young boys grow up maybe hating women because their dads hate women.
For sure.
Yeah. Definitely.
So
Definitely. I spoke to this woman, I spoke to a woman in the bank and she was telling me about her friend who fosters kids. Now this young boy, he comes from a Jamaican background, but he's like Indian and Jamaican, like he's mixed.
Yeah.
But his Jamaican side was so horrible to him, he hates black people. He hates them, but he thinks he's Indian. Now, bearing in mind, he there's nobody that's like Indian in his family, but he watches Hindu movies and stuff like that. And he's like, he hates black people so much that he's now brainwashed himself into thinking that he is a Indian man. That's not right.
Wow.
Do you understand? That's serious emotional and psychological issues.
Well, that's a self-hate.
It's real common
that's
as well.
Because somebody inflicted that upon him. Do you
It's
understand?
real common though.
Yeah, of course it is.
Even when the other day
Black
Nova was
women.
posting up these comments of question time debate, and there's a bunch of men like, "Oh, women are also victims of sexual harassment."
No, men
are also victims of sexual harassment. And then there was women commenting there as
saying,
well.
no, it can't be possible.
No, they were agreeing. They were like,
They were agreeing with the men.
because it's definitely possible.
They're like,
but
men
they
are
were very,
victims too.
They were very like a bit over the top with it. The women that are commenting, they're basically on the same side as the men. Go, yeah, it happens to men too. These women need to shut up. Like,
Yeah.
the women that are speaking about things that happen to them, etc.
Yeah.
Speaking about it being an epidemic. So I suppose what you've just described is like in relevance to this debate is something that probably young girls and women maybe grow up with. Self-hate because of these kind of
that's
this
very
kind
true.
of attitude in society.
That's very true.
And I
'cause you
know
hear it.
loads of black people that don't like themselves.
Yeah. Oh, me too, my love. Me too.
So I think you're right. I think the key,
The key is always like knowledge is power, right? Education is like knowledge is the thing. Education is the tool.
Yeah.
Do you understand? Just utilize the tool that you have. Educate your children, but you have to educate yourself. And that's why I feel like people should really wait and take time before they go and have a child. Like, this is, understand this is who I am. Am I really willing and ready to have a child? And
I hear that, but people got children. I got an 11-year-old daughter already.
well,
I'm doing my best to do what we're talking about.
I just like
She made a face like, "Oh,
Yeah,
too late.
She's good.
Too
though.
late for you."
It's not.
Like,
It's
right,
not,
that's
it's not.
No,
cold.
but I think because you're a critical thinker.
Yeah.
So I think maybe
she's good, man. She's
even
good, but
you-
She is good.
But I'm saying like, a lot of people have children. You know what I'm saying, and a lot of them aren't in the same kind of space. Yeah.
We're in the teenage pregnancy capital of Europe, so it's gonna
That's
be
crazy, actually.
Yeah.
That's actually mad. But yeah.
All right, musically, what's next?
What's next? I got a lot of stuff next. I got a lot of stuff. I got lots. I have this really huge song that's coming out next year. I'm doing a huge production for it, video wise,
Sick.
that I'm co-directing. And then I've got like a couple videos. I've got some songs coming out, especially for like Black History Month as well. But Black History Month in America.
Okay, so you're doing it for February.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, and that's another thing. I'm sorry, it's like off topic, but I don't understand why there's 2 Black History Months.
We can discuss this.
Unity.
We done this show last week, so
we did some research.
We can continue this.
Because that really upsets me.
We got some answers for you.
Did we get the answers to that?
Well,
though?
yeah, it started by Carter G. Woodson.
Yeah.
In America, and then we just copied it over here.
Yeah, but we didn't work out why it was different here.
There is no reason why it's actually different. There's no reason.
There's no particular.
My understanding, is that there's a lot of disharmony in the Black community. There's no unity.
Yeah.
In England.
No, in Black people in general.
Oh, yeah, okay.
We just don't. We just don't have that cohesion, and it's sad. Sorry,
Yeah.
it's real sad.
Yeah.
So why not have 1 month? If we're gonna have a month at all, because I don't even think
we say a worldwide 1 month.
Yeah, we'd like.
Yeah, I think you said that it's separate.
Because that's quite beautiful.
Yeah.
I just put that as a theory last week that they probably did it on 2 different months, so we both speak English. They speak English, we speak English, so we don't have the same day unified on 2 different continents.
Why?
No, it's working.
So he was saying he thinks that Black History Month here is orchestrated by
high powers.
Yeah.
White men somewhere.
Yeah, powerful white men somewhere.
Yeah. And that's why it's been designed like
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying, because it perpetuates that disharmony and the Black condition, basically.
To carry on with what you were just about to say a minute ago, because the question we asked last week was, do we need Black History Month?
No, we don't.
Why not?
No, we don't, because we should be celebrating our blackness and our whiteness and our yellowness, everything all together, like every day of our lives. The same way when you wake up in the morning, you love yourself. You don't just say, "I'm not gonna love myself today." You do it every day. Do you understand? So why can't you do that for somebody else?
Yeah. But
Next question,
but celebrating your history and studying your history isn't necessarily something you do every day, even if you love yourself and know of it.
I feel like I can agree with that, but I also feel as though if you are interested in who you are, you know the saying, you don't know where you're going if you don't know where you come from. You will take an active effort in it. Like, for instance, I love music, so I listen to music every day. I try to make sure my life is evolving around the thing that I want to create.
Yeah.
So therefore, if you want to have knowledge of self and X, Y, you're trying to evolve yourself as a person, then surely you would be taking an active interest in finding out about yourself and your heritage.
But then you're not saying that we should get rid of it, though.
That's not for me to decide.
Because we asked, do we need it? You said no.
No, I don't think we do.
We don't need it, but you understand why it's there.
I understand why it's there, but I don't think I celebrated Black History Month since I was like in school, where they, you know. But my
what Black people actually celebrate Black History Month? Like, celebrate it.
It's like rare.
I can't even.
I don't understand it. I really don't get it. I love my blackness. I really do.
Yeah.
But
me too.
I will study about it throughout the year. Do you know what I mean? I'm not gonna just wait for what. It's like Valentine's Day. You know how you say, "Oh, you should celebrate your partner every day."
Yeah.
Right. So why can't you do that with your blackness?
Yeah. Well, the problem.
Yeah.
I think the only problem is that it's not included in the general curriculum of history in schools.
Well, they teach slavery, don't they? So you know.
And they don't even teach that properly either. Right?
So that's the problem.
That's another story.
So I'm saying when the school system teaches you something that's probably partly not even true and designed in a way to
woke,
then possibly it's necessary. But I asked the question here. I think it needs to be included in the entire curriculum, I suppose.
Of course, I think it does. But obviously, who runs the curriculum?
Yeah.
And I think that was the general consensus of people we spoke to about it. But then,
hey yo, ain't this the What a Whole show?
Yeah, but we covered it. We covered it. We got
so deep on the What is a Whole Show. You know what it was? I thought it was going to be a frivolous show, and I've learned so much.
Nothing is ever funny when I'm around. Just let you know that.
No, it's been hilarious.
I know. Nothing is real.
So that's been the answer. What is a whole? Nothing is real.
Yeah.
Good night, Flip Life Radio.
You know what? I watched
week.
that Jim Carrey interview, and there was a guy that broke it down, and that's when I was like, "Oh my god, my life is a lie." I'm telling you, and it just changed everything because nothing is real.
He's right. He dropped bare jewels.
I don't know if I've seen what you're talking about.
No, I'll send it to
Jim
you.
Carrey's mad woke right now. But his beard game is on fleek.
He's been mad woke. Like he graduated from this university that is based on spirituality.
Okay.
And he did he's an amazing painter. Like this videos are all on YouTube. It's been out for years.
Jim Carrey.
Amazing.
Truman Show.
Yes, amazing.
Pet Detective.
Yes, man.
Okay, I'm looking up.
The Mask. He is the one. Trust me.
All right.
So, yeah.
Tell people where they can find you. Where can they find the new single?
Y'all can find me, right? For my friends, y'all know where you can find me. You know my number. But for people that are listening, that are interested, you can find me on SoundCloud. And my SoundCloud is Aneesa Marie with 2 E's at the end. And my Instagram is Aneesa Marie _. So that's ANEESAMARIE _. And that's the same as my Twitter too. And you can find me on Facebook and YouTube. Make sure you subscribe, man. Just look at the videos, man. Come on.
Videos dope. Make sure you definitely go and subscribe. Make sure you go and listen to that and stream it anywhere it is.
And if you
download
drew her at the top of the year, leave a comment. If you was in visions.
No, wait 1 second. If I drew you, leave a comment. Make sure
you
you
got drawn.
Correct.
You got drawn.
So you ain't taking away my choice.
No,
I'm
for
a
real.
real woman out here.
She was in there shimmying, drawing down.
Thank you for coming through.
Thank you for having me.
We're going to stay paying attention to what you're doing. I'm going to play one more song from you. This one is Wasted Time.
Ooh.
What project is this from?
Son of Ankoki. Say it.
Son of Ankoki.
Yeah.
Right,
before you, do you direct all your own videos?
Yes.
Okay. Because I see the We Are one and the bathtub one. I can't remember the names of it.
Bridge the Gap.
Bridge the Gap. Yeah,
which you can also find
they're
on
mad deep. Both the videos, I like. Yeah, they just look very well done.
Thank you. It's I enjoy the visual arts. I feel like I never agreed with it, but I think it's important, and it also helps expand your creativity.
What do you mean you didn't agree with it?
Because I feel like, you know, if you're someone's good looking, not saying like, you know, but if you see someone, you'd rather look at them before you listen to their music.
Okay.
And I want you to hear what I really want.
You're talking about yourself, innit?
I want you to
look at them bare people I know. I'd not rather look at them than listen to their music.
I'd rather you are something else. You know that. You're just out here trying to just put me.
No, she's like, you know, most people. I'm like, who? What, Big Nasty, yeah? Oh yeah, Wiley. Man, just want to look at it. No, it's not real.
Please, Christ. Look at you just out here. But yeah, I wanted people to listen and hear what I was.
So don't go and watch her videos on you. No.
Don't do that to me. Don't do it to me. But I just realised I could.
That bridge one is dark and trippy though.
Yes, that shit's real.
Yeah.
That's real life.
I watched that too late. I had to turn on the light.
Thank you for coming. It's Flip Life Radio. And we'll have you back another time when you got more music.
Thank you very much, babe.
Keep it pyro.